Hello there. Oh, I think we're looking for Joni Ray.
Joni Ray. So Joni, go ahead and join me here on the live segment. Yay! So excited to welcome everyone back. And we are rounding out this incredible lineup of powerhouse speakers. Joni, last but not least, you are, yes, we are crossing the finish line with you as our last speaker for the evening. And I'm sure folks are wondering, well, the event goes until 9:30. Yes, actually it does. So Joni is our last inspirational speaker for the night, and special treat for all of you is that we will be featuring Miss Jade Wilson one more time. So that yoga instructor that you all just met and heard from, she is leading a special yoga session for us this evening. That is our very last segment, that 9 to 9:25 segment, so that you can end the night winding down, channeling that energy and all this positivity and inspiration that's been given to you. But first, let's go ahead and introduce our next speaker. So Joni, I'm so excited for you to come on here, and yes, for you to get started in sharing your story. So first, please share a little bit about yourself with our audience tonight.
Hi, Natasha. I'm so thrilled to be here. My name is Joni Ray. I'm the CEO of the Mindset Group, where I help businesses navigate change, and I also help people navigate change in their personal lives. So
I love that.
I am a coach, I am a consultant, and I'm really just here to help businesses and leaders live the best versions of what they want to create in the world.
Hashtag best life ever. I'm all about that. I love it. You do a little bit of everything. You're like, you know, the very Renaissance woman of the modern age, and I love it. And they're all
it takes one to know one, Natasha. We're mirrors of each other. That's how it works.
Yeah, girl, for sure. So tell me how long you've had your business. How did all these expressions of entrepreneurship even evolve in the first place?
Well, Natasha, I worked in corporate America for about 15 years, and I told myself, I need to, like you said, have this expression of myself as I was helping multi-million-dollar deals go through and managing teams. And I was doing all these great things on paper, but my heart was not aligned with what I really wanted to do, which was to help individuals actually go through the change that they wanted to create in the world. So I found myself, even though I was doing these amazing things, I'd gravitate towards the main leader who was driving these changes. So when I was in corporate, I took the leap and I said, you know what, I want to do this on my own. And here I am now, over 2 years later, helping businesses manage change and helping executives lead those changes. So it's a dream job. And then also, Natasha, just to put the cherry on the sundae here, clearly pre-COVID, I took a group of women to Bali and I led a personal development retreat there. So I firmly believe in the holistic approach to not just healing yourself, but developing yourself from the inside out, both professionally and personally. Can you hear me? You can hear me? Let's see where your sound went. Oh, you gotta love live. Live is so fun. Everyone say it with me. We love live TV.
Okay, am I coming back to you now?
I can hear you now.
Okay. So I'm really excited for the audience to hear at the start of this year. That was a great segue, just talking through what expectations you had, really like your mindset, where you were at the start of the year. So could you share about your goals for yourself and for your business in January of this year?
Yes. So January of this year, Natasha, I had plans to put on a 3,000 person leadership conference at the largest ballroom in Washington, D.C. We
Wow.
have this saying where I'm from, you either go big or go home.
Absolutely.
So we had this all planned out. We had major sponsors backing us. We had famous celebrities on lineup on contract with us. And then COVID hit. So that was that was part of my January. And then I also had a lineup of international trips of the helping organizations go through change in Asia and in the Middle East. So huge plans in the beginning of the year. Clearly COVID had different plans for us.
Clearly. So what were these number of events? Were these in person? How are you planning to grow your business in each of these? I mean, you really do have this huge pot. Your fingers are a little bit of everything.
Yeah, well, the main goal in January 2020 was to have the largest reach possible and to make the most difference with the most number of people and in all geographies. So that was the huge vision. And the way that we planned to do that was, well, I know it sounds like a lot going on, but we really were focused. We were focused on this one conference. We were focused on the international travel. And, you know, I used to say unfortunately, but really fortunately, you know, the universe had other plans. You know, I recently heard someone say, you know, let's thank the year of 2020. Let's not curse the year of 2020. There are all these blessings that came out of this year, and then I'm excited to share with you in a moment here. But yeah, just because one door closed, it doesn't mean all the doors stay closed. A lot of doors really opened up for me from it.
Totally, exactly. And that's why I am really excited to help unveil your story to the audience and share a little bit more about that. So yeah, let's fast forward to March of this year. Total change in circumstances. I mean, really from international plan, this global growth that you had, this highest attended event, which a lot of that is this in person, your trip to Bali, you know, sharing that complete holistic approach to entrepreneurship and women entrepreneurship. So Joni, tell us what that was like for you. What were you feeling as soon as that change in circumstance happened when this pandemic became real for us here in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area?
Yeah, you know, Natasha, you and I were friends on and off the camera, and you've heard this story, and thank you so much for inviting me to let people know, hey, it's not all roses behind the scenes. It is not, and just because there's these grand plans, it doesn't mean that everything is perfect behind the curtain here. So once COVID hit, everything stopped. So the conference clearly stopped. And really, at the time, unfortunately, the hotel we were with just absolutely refused to work with our attorneys. They told us if we wanted to change the date, we had to pay all of the fees that went with changing the date. Along with that, my in-person business dried up. I do a lot of executive retreats, which clearly, you know, execs want you in person. They want you in the boardroom, helping them go through strategies. None of that was happening because of COVID. And quite frankly, I had to reinvent myself, reinvent my business. And I spent a lot of time out of the house, Natasha. I was traveling a ton. And in March, I was not traveling at all. So what happened was I was home with my 9-year-old daughter and my 5-year-old daughter, my amazing husband, my 2 dogs. And I just got to know them all over again, got to know myself. I went on a juice cleanse. I just read books. I said, you know what? I am going to embrace this gift that the universe has clearly given me, and I'm going to embrace all of it. Now,
Wow.
was it easy? No, it wasn't easy. I remember my husband came into our room and he said, "Are you going to get out of bed? It's been 3 days. Are you going to get out of bed?" And
Wow.
so it really, the wind was knocked out of me. The rug was just pulled from under me. Everything shifted, my identity, all of it. And I really, for the past several months, Natasha, I have reinvented myself from the
Oh
ground.
my gosh, I cannot wait to get into that part of the story. So, I mean, literally having this hit, your travel totally stopping, literally a stop movement.
Yeah.
And
Can I
then,
tell you a really quick story, Natasha? So
yes.
I was supposed to be in Malaysia in March. It was planned travel. I think I had my bags packed. We were going to go, and something happened where I think I had this intuitive moment where I was like, I have this feeling it's just not the right time to go. Well, lo and behold, if I went on that airplane, I would have been stuck in Malaysia
Wow.
for at least a couple months. And yeah, so really, when I say plans changed, plans really changed in March.
And I love that what you were getting at to earlier is that it happens for a reason. And we may not understand it, but as soon as you said, I just felt my intuition and I followed my gut and I paid attention. I mean, you could just, the hairs on my arm, just the chills from you just sharing that. It really landed with me that you are a woman who chooses to be really present and you are all in about it. And having that rug literally ripped out from underneath you and having to replan what that looks like moving forward. I'm really looking forward to hearing about this next part of your journey. So, Joni, what were the next steps that you took to be in
Yes.
action? Right? You would go to the place of your husband's asking about getting out of bed.
I know.
What was the next step
Leave the house, do something
with your business?
Well, Natasha, I'm going to tell you what I really did, which was my soul searching and looking within really started with my faith in God, my faith in myself, meditation, prayer, and then went straight into my family. So with me being present with my family again, just fast forward a bit of time. A quick story. I thought I lost a credit card, and here I am. I'm all riled up because I couldn't find my credit card. My 9-year-old says, she's screaming from the other side of the house, "Believe in yourself, mommy. You're going to find it. Don't worry. Just think positive thoughts. You're going to find the credit card." My 5-year-old says, "You're strong. You're powerful. You
I
can do it.
love
You can
it.
find this credit card." And then after that, I told my 9-year-old, I said, "Thank you. Thank you for grounding me and bringing me back to who I am." And she said to me, "Mommy, you raised me well. You taught me well." And that brought tears to my eyes because out of all the success and all of the executives I've coached and everything I've been through, that was the best accolade I could ever get. And from there, from that inner strength that I got from reinventing myself as not only as a person, but as a mother and as a wife, I got to say, you know what? This is who I am in the world. I am okay in my own skin, on my own 2 feet, without the international stuff going on. Once I was at peace with that, Natasha, really, once I said to God, "I surrender and I will do whatever it is that I'm called to do." Once I did that, the next thing that opened up is pretty unbelievable. I redirected my business, I repivoted my business, and I met a person who's helping me scale my business at just unheard of proportions. So, just to give you a sense, before COVID, I helped a team of 20 people go through an organizational change. So, what does that mean? I coach their executives, I coach their staff, I help the culture go from a toxic culture to a not just a productive, but a trusting and just a pretty amazing culture.
Amazing.
That was a team of 20. Natasha, I am meeting. I need a drum roll. Can everyone at home do a drum roll?
I'm ready.
Do a drum roll. I am meeting you guys on Monday with a company with 200,000 employees. to have the exact same conversation of Joni, help us transform this organizational culture, because we have gone through this 2020 and our employees are just feeling it. They are not motivated. They're not in sync with each other. We've lost this trust. It's the same things that I heard before COVID.
Yes.
But now is just the time to get into this thing I'm so passionate about, which is transforming organizational cultures, leaders, us as people. And we're in the big leagues now, and it could not have happened any other way.
That is so exciting. So looking at the very next steps, I know we already started sharing results and outcomes, but just focusing on that next step. So was it, reaching out to that person, getting in touch with the coach? What resource was it that helped you to really propel yourself to this next level?
I don't know if you can see this, but this is The Surrender Experiment by Michael Singer. This book changed my life in 2020, and it's all about a man who you can't plan a life like he had. He had just miracle after miracle show up because he surrendered. And so that book, reading it, applying it, changed everything, because as things were coming up, I just stopped questioning it. Before Natasha, I was trying to control everything. I was just such a control freak. And now it's okay. And I used to work all the time around the clock. And now if I work a couple hours a day, a few hours a day, that's enough, because I'm able to really just go with the flow. So that's definitely one thing I did. Another thing that I did, there is a company called Aligned Consciousness, a woman named Judy, who she helps rewire your subconscious beliefs. It's kind of like hypnotism, but through that, I was able to get over some of the anxiety and the depression I was feeling earlier this summer.
And that's what you were talking about in terms of that personal development, taking that time for yourself, that reinvention. That's the work really that you did to then open up all of these other doors. So really starting from that place of personal reinvention, plugging into, whether it was reading those books, plugging into Aligned Consciousness, what were the impacts? Help us to really get present. So 6 months later, we're fast forwarding to today. I'm really excited to hear what has been the results of taking those next steps to be in action for yourself and for your business.
The results are that I actually get to live into that future that I had been creating all of this time of let's have huge impact. And not that I wasn't having huge impact, I definitely was, but I was just holding myself back because I wasn't able to just go with the flow and just surrender like the book is teaching us to do. So as a result, so not only am I meeting with that company with 200,000 employees, I'm meeting with other companies of that size. And I'm also not only just meeting with them, but I'm also meeting with more leaders who are opening up doors for me. I mean, I just can't explain to Natasha why things just keep opening up and opening up, opening up. All I can say is that I trusted, I surrendered, and I said, you know what, God, I will do whatever it is that I'm meant to do. And that's how I got to where I am. So it's resulted in more meetings and more impact.
Absolutely. And I can just totally hear the passion and the excitement that you have in your voice, and just hearing this tremendous proportions of change. I mean, I'm sure hearing where you were at in January of this year, that is not at all what it sounds like that you had planned. And that, like you said, at the start of this year was coming from this place of control and expectation, and how vastly different in your practice of letting go, surrendering. I love that word. And that focus on yourself through aligned consciousness. I'm really excited for you to share a little bit more about that resource next, how that has opened up so many doors, and not just doors and doing your business differently, but on a whole new scale, where you're literally surrendering how you thought your business was going to go in a way that serves not only you, but your family. I mean, to talk about that time that you're getting back now for your daughters, for your husband, I'm sure it's just immeasurable to be able to have that precious resource of time that you can give back to your family and really be fully in your passion and in your essence as you're expressing yourself in your business, but really to fully be home, be mom, be wife. That's such a testament to who you are as a person. And it's just so inspiring that in letting go, you can literally get everything that you want. You're helping other people.
You know what? I just love you so much. You just speaking that truth into me gives me so much life. And that's what I want to share with your people is to speak truth into yourself, speak truth into others. The truth is that highest level of potential of what you can create, what others can create. And just like you did with me, Natasha, I mean, this is why you and I are sisters for life, my dear friends. Like we got each other's backs. And that's because we can speak to each other like we're mirrors of each other. So what does that mean? What does that look like? Look, we have this responsibility to create a sisterhood on the planet. That's what you and I are here to do. We're supposed to do it together with all these amazing women who are here on the show today and with everybody else who's listening and all the lives we're going to touch. I mean, that's what we're here to do. And I just want to say thank you for that acknowledgement because
absolutely,
it's us speaking the truth into each other that's really going to light up the world. And I just really am so excited about
it energizes me too. I know. I'm totally getting that through the screen. I feel like you're right here in this room with me.
I have to tell you though, I don't know how much time we have, but I'm just going to keep on going here. When I was doing these international trainings over Zoom, which used to be in person, it took 4 or 5 tries. It took a minute for my trainer, the person organizing, for her to say, Joni, your energy is finally coming through across the screen. Because that was a huge challenge I was having too. I was so used to being in person and I refused to do anything online because I was like, nope, I have to do everything in person. But you know what?
Well, yeah.
We adjust.
Let's talk about that reinvention. So you talked about a few different resources. I wanted to give you a chance to share what your recommended resources were to the audience of this event to help them also be in action for themselves and for their business in a way that worked for you.
Yeah. So a tip for everyone, your beliefs, thoughts, actions, your words, all of those. When they're in alignment, that's when you can catapult yourself to the next level. Your beliefs, thoughts, words, and actions. And, Abraham Hicks is definitely one resource and a speaker I listen to at least every day, once a day. But besides Abraham Hicks, there's a woman named Judy Kane, and she has a company named Aligned Consciousness. Great. And she actually goes into your subconscious beliefs, helps rewire them. Don't ask me how. But, hey, I'm willing to try whatever. And that's what I tried this summer that really worked.
I love it. That's amazing. So I wanted to also give you a chance in our last minute here together to share your exclusive offer. So wow, what tremendous growth you've had this year. Totally unforeseen and unprecedented. So many firsts for you in your life. What would you like to share as your special exclusive promotion to the guests of this event?
Yeah. Well, out of all the many things that I do, I'm extremely passionate about working with leaders who are in that space of reinventing themselves. So if that sounds like you, if you're someone who is going through a shift and you're saying, you know what, I'm saying goodbye to the old me, I'm creating the new me. I'm offering 2 sessions for 30 minutes for free to meet with me and to do that work and be my honor.
That is amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that, Joni. Seriously, I wish I could just give you a hug in person right now. This has been amazing. So with that, Joni has completed our speaking segment of tonight's event. We're going to go ahead and do one final session transition break, and I will see you guys here in 60 seconds for our closing comments. Welcome back, everyone. We are heading into the final segment of the Thrive Forum 2020. I cannot believe we are already here. If I haven't met you yet, I'm Natasha Peoples. Full-time, I'm an engineer, active duty in the military, and on the side, I'm a skincare consultant for Rodan & Fields. I'm also a passionate entrepreneur coach. It's called I'm.Possible. Check it out at I'm.Possible.coach for your free session. That's my exclusive offer to every single person who has registered as part of this event, is to share a free 30-minute session of what I can help to serve in your life and goals that you want to make possible. I want to thank everyone who made this event a reality, and I really just wanted to also let you all know the genesis of this event. So really this started as a project idea a few months ago, where I was challenged through the Landmark Forum, this is a self-expression leadership program, to find what possibility I wanted to create in the world. And the possibility that I saw was extraordinary inspiration. And I chose to take on this project that looked at extraordinary inspiration in the area of entrepreneurship, and not just that, but small business owners, and even more so, women small business owners, an area that I am so passionate in serving and helping in some way. And so there is the vision for the genesis on the Thrive Forum and how we got here today in pulling together 16 inspiring speakers and all of the support and event coordination and getting the word out, simply from this idea that when we come together, we are stronger together. And small business right now, what you really could use is a breath of new life that could help you to transform your small business goals into reality. And I truly believe that when we partner together, we can make anything happen. I hope that you've been able to glean some resources and nuggets as part of this event. I hope we get to see you continue in joining this community and this movement in our Facebook group, Thrive Forum 2020. We're also on Instagram at Thrive Forum. Feel free to join us on either one of those platforms. Recap is you have heard from so many different industries, women from photography to real estate to yoga instructor to inspirational coaches who've come on here and help you get a peek behind the curtain, what it really has been like for them to thrive, the ups and the downs and the resources. Thank you so much to every single one of them for their talent, their gifts, their time, their energy. Really want to call out each one of them: Kimberly Russell, Danielle von der Linden, Sandra Tran, Molly Coleman, Jess Lilly, Madeline Lucier, Maia Carney, Finn Moritzen, Eileen Carlucci, Florence Sumere, Jade Wilson, Jen Hale, Monica Sanger, Michelle Sims, Jules Ferrer, Joni Ray. And just rounding out the end of that, all the credits that I want to give thanks to our other moderator, Kim Russell. Our channel director is Desiree Bahines. Tech director is my loving husband, Scott Peoples. All those graphics you're seeing are actually brought to you by Monica Sanger. Technical producer, Buford Brown. Thank you so much to our event designer, Molly Coleman, and our coordinators, Flo Sumere, Finn Moritzen, and Eileen Carlucci. Once again, thank you so much to everyone who has made this event a reality. It takes a team, it takes a tribe, it takes a community, a village to make this happen, and it is only because of you. So stay tuned for one more special offer at the end of this event, after our next segment, which is a wind down yoga segment brought to you by Jade Wilson. So over to Jade to help you channel and manifest all this energy of positivity and inspiration.